So this game between White Hart and Four Dragons and a Frog. White Hart made up of Aidan Hughes, Cian Monaghan, Adam Grivis and Jack Mann. And they are playing Four Dragons and a Frog, made up of Tristan Horton, Johnny Callahan, Chris Williams and Steve Weeks. Up first is going to be Aidan Hughes against Tristan Horton. Aidan won the lag and he set the balls. And he's going to get the first frame underway. And this is so this is Gold Trophy knockout round 1. So I don't think this is a gold main event. I think they drop into the Gold Trophy. And it's a nice opener. It's the young team. And I think the red on the left-hand side rail now goes in off that yellow. Well, he's tried to move it, but as I say, I think it goes off the yellow. I'm not sure he needs to move it. Just a bit out of position now. As with all the games, this a race to 7. He's got a nice angle on the one just above the bog line. Or he can take this one long to bottom, right corner. You need to give it a chance on these tables. As you can see, played at the right pace, the pocket just gobbles the ball. Hart would have been in his mouth just for a split second there. That cue ball tracking towards that red, but he's fine. And this is a decent little clearance from Aidan, showing no sign of nerves. Shake of the hands, and it's the White Hart that win the first frame. 1-0 to them. frame number 2 is going to be Cian Monaghan for the White Hart. He's playing Johnny Callahan for 4 Dragons and a Frog. As Phil Collins' and You Can't Hurry Love is blaring across the jukebox. Bag of peanuts to anyone who can tell me who did the original. Black ball finds its way to a pocket, and it's going to be a reset for Johnny. Well, to the chat box. Here's the chat box song. This is the start of your playlist that we put on about 12:30. Taking about 3 hours to come on. Chat box song. Joe Boxers and the Boxer Beat. For those recently joining us, we chose a chat box playlist. People put in requests early on, and we put it on, and this is the start of it. Can't find the list now. Oh yes, I can. Just need a bit more pace in that, just to get through that pack. I think it's a total. He's asked for total. Cian's given him the thumbs up. I'm not sure about that. I think he had license there. I think he could have played that at pace and split those reds up. It's all about whether this yellow goes below the red at the bottom of the table, and it clearly does. He'll be playing it off the red to clear the pocket for the other yellow. And he's tried to develop the other yellow at the same time. Bit of AC/DC, this is definitely our playlist, Highway to Hell. And Cian's just made things worse there. I think he's looking at just resting on this yellow on the side rail. please do like and share the stream. There's a little an arrow that points to the right at the top. Certainly is on the top on my phone anyway. You can click it and just copy it onto your Facebook wall if you'd be so kind. The next request that came up was for Emma Sanders, so I hope you're watching, Emma. Johnny will have no intention of moving that red. Just a little gentle shot to move his balls into a better position. A nice little containing shot from Kean. Tap on the table from Johnny to say good shot. That was nice. Important to be right under the top rail. It stops Kean from attacking that right corner bag. Still don't think he wants, well, unless he's absolutely confident, he must be, he's going for the out. And moving this red, he has to clear now. That looks perfect. Just run through onto the yellow for the red, into the opposite center. Now it's all about the black. Doesn't pass anywhere down table. He may have to force this, take the cue ball up and down the table. Needs to finish somewhere. There's a lot of danger in this shot now. I'm not sure. I think he's, yeah. Just trying to force it. Fairly straight yellow to middle. Nothing to do with the cue ball. Played it well. And this is going to be 2-0 to the White Hart. Kian Monahan wins that frame. Somebody asked for Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train. No, you should be loving this. This is the chat box playlist. All chosen by members of the chat box. This is Adam Griffiths for the White Hart, playing Chris Williams from Four Dragons and a Frog. Adam, another good young player. We've covered some of his stuff before on Beer Productions. Important now for Chris to get a frame on the board to establish themselves in this match. They won't feel they're in a game until they're on the board. Nice little snooker. Let's put Adam in a lot of trouble, actually. The Reds need a little bit of time. There's a couple of balls which are tied up. There's a lot of traffic down in this bottom half. All the balls apart from one in one half of the table, which is always going to make a clearance very, very difficult. I think the room are impressed by your musical choices. I see feet tapping, heads nodding. It's got Paul going. He's finally woken up from his slumber. White's in off. And now with that one free shot and a visit, if that red is set onto the black, onto the yellow as a plant, he can open his account by playing that plant. I reckon it is, you know. You can leave the black over that left corner bag and everything will be on and in the open. I think that's a shot. Well, that's caused a bit of a problem. All the reds are there, but now suddenly the blacks going to cause him some grief. Could maybe take the one to middle and send the cue ball up and down table to try and move that black. It looks like it's a fairly natural angle for the cue ball to track up table. Maybe not, maybe a little bit thick for that actually. If he was a bit thinner, I think that shot would be on, but I'm not convinced it is. He may just thought he may just try a little containing shot there, but going on the attack. I'm not sure what the plan is here. I think the yellow's in the way of coming across the table to move the black, so pretty sure that black doesn't pass anywhere. Oh, he could actually get across. He's been a little bit unlucky there, double kissing the yellow to exactly the same spot. But you know what? He's got a better angle now, I think. Might still be a bit thick, you know. Might be able to manufacture it. Up and down the table, I don't see much else. This is the next song choice, Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf. What a tune. Listen, that duet guitar at the back end of this tune. Gary Rossington and the other matey just doing it. When it gets going in a minute, fantastic. Freebird. Such a great tune when it gets going, and it just kind of gets quicker and quicker and quicker. The pace just goes up and up and up, and it's such a fantastic track. Great tune, great choice whoever chose this one. This just needs to cue this well. That's okay. Didn't need to try and do too much with the cue ball. There's a key to that shot. Just give himself a shot on the black. And he nails it, and now that's 3-0 to the White Hart. And 4 Dragons and a Frog. Can't say they haven't had their chances. That was shake of the head from Chris Williams. Jack Mann for the White Hart, facing off against Steve Weeks for 4 Dragons. Jack Mann wins the lag and breaks off dry. Steve Weeks for 4 Dragons. Blue Monday. Really a must-win frame for Steve Weeks. He looks focused. Probably going to have to play the plant. It's a tricky plant. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't actually have to. If he can get through to the one on the left, if he can play that. If he can then find the gap between yellow and red for the one in the middle. The trouble is the pattern isn't great. One doesn't really lend itself to the next. I think the plant's a shot, even though it's a bit smelly. Nailed it. And he's okay. Nice little plant. What a tune this is. I got my air drums out here. I hope you had your air drums out at home. Yeah, he's left this on the rail. I think it was worth compromising and just trying to get a little bit higher up the table, because this is really tricky now. If you could have just chopped that through anywhere but on the cushion, he could have done something with his cue ball, maybe stunned it back off the side rail, but oh, what now? I think all you can do is hold on these yellows and leave yourself a long red. Just make sure of the pot. He just did a little reset there, didn't he? Do you know what? We see that so often. He wasn't comfortable and he just lifted and then went back down on the shot. And I think that costs you the shot so often. If you're ever going to do that, just stand up. Just stand up and reset. If you reset when you're actually down on the ball, then something's going to be out of line. And the chances are you're going to miss. If it doesn't feel right, then stand up on the shot. That would be my best piece of advice. I used to think, it's so easy, I can't miss it. I just need to make a little adjustment, and then you adjust and you miss it. How good with New Order and Blue Monday. What a great tune. Iconic tune. It's just a mini break while they sort out the names for the next rotation of 4. 3 frames to 1. And finally, they're on the board. And well, if they can win this frame, 3-2, entirely different complexion. Sorry, I can't talk over Hotel California, it's too good. Jack Mann playing Mike Lewis. Got me air guitar out this time. Had the drums out last time. We'll have the full orchestra soon. Paul's drumming, I'm guitaring. What's Pez doing? Strumming. Oh, I could listen to this song all day. So pure. If you've never listened to it before, chat box, then there's a version of this. You'll find it on YouTube, and it's from the Eagles' Hell Freezes Over album. And it starts off with an acoustic, like bongos and etc. And it just turns into the rest of Hotel California, and it is sublime. Absolutely sublime. Google it, Hell Freezes Over, Hotel California. And we just go from one to another. This is the last of the chat box jukebox. There's a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, meantime. So, Mike Lewis can step in, and look at these reds. Surely, must be gone. He just needs to pop this one at the rail, leave himself straight on the one to opposite middle, and that should be all she wrote. Pop this one at the rail, run forward 3 inches. I noticed Mike has styled his haircut on me today. He's gone for the polished look. I've got to say, Chatbox, you've outdone yourself this time. This is a better playlist than it was first thing this morning. Better than last night. Oh no, he's got a drop. He's okay. That pocket playing very generously. There is definitely a little slide towards that pocket. After this game, we might have to ask them to have a little look, give it a tweak. There are a lot of finger marks in that area where the players are breaking off from. Guitar George. He knows all the chords. Good win, 3-2 now, right back in this game. And 4 Dragons and a Frog have settled. I'm going to have to give Paul Moulding a microphone so he can make a public apology to me, as I had to make a public apology to him yesterday when I was wrong. So Paul Tickle in action this time. He will be playing Chris Williams. Paul put himself into the second rotation. He's captain of the team. There's Paul's public apology. Love it. Paul Bamford, that is the song you chose about 3 hours ago. We put that playlist on at 12:30. It's taken about 3.5 hours to come on. Good playlist though. We had a good 40 minutes worth of music there. Started with Boxer Beat, Highway to Hell, Mustang Sally, Crazy Train, Dakota. Magic Carpet Ride, Freebird, Blue Monday, Hotel California, and Dire Straits. What a great playlist. We're going to have to stick another one on a bit later, but the trouble is, if I stick it on now, it won't be on till about 9:30 tonight, so... Sorry, that's going to be a bit of a reset there. Apologies, that was probably our mistake. Well, their mistake actually. We followed the team sheet and put it up on the screen, and the player's seen his name and has come over to the table instead of actually following the team sheet. And the name's been changed. Of course, that was Johnny who came across. Should have been Chris Williams playing Paul Tickle, and Johnny was at the table. He must have seen his name up on the screen, and anyway, doesn't matter. Martin Castle saying it's White Hart, H-A-R-T, not Hart, H-E-A-R-T. Well, we're only going by what's on the team sheet. That's the team sheet that's come down from the organisers, and that's what's on the website. If you take a look at the website, that's the way that the name's been loaded up, H-E-A-R-T. So that can only have come from the players and from the captain. So they've not said anything that it's wrong, and they can see it up on the big screen. They're watching the same pictures you are. So no, we will definitely get another playlist going. What, oh, we got to have another Dire Straits in there, haven't we? We have to have another Dire Straits. Cost me a fortune, you lot. Are we starting with Boxer Beat again? What do you fancy from Dire Straits? Money for Nothing, Fade Away, Far Away, sorry, so Far Away. Romeo and Juliet. Money for Nothing, I reckon. Right, there's 10 tracks for £2, so shout them up. Don't forget, try and keep a maiden stream. We've got about 400 people in the room listening to this blaring out, plus everyone on the chat box. Try and keep it mainstream, upbeat, stuff that people can tap their feet and sing along to, or just stuff that's generally a great tune, like we have with New Order and Blue Monday. I heard Depeche Mode earlier with Personal Jesus. What a tune that is. Build Me Up, Buttercup. We've got a Dire Straits down. We're going to go for Money for Nothing. That's proper mainstream. What about something by Led Zeppelin? Black Dog or Kashmir or something like that? Hold Back the Night. I like the way this is going, Neil. Hold back the night. You know, we could definitely go in that direction. The old kind of Luther Vandross, and that was great last night as well, putting Criticise on, and Never Too Much, Alexander O'Neill. Ryan is called for Kenny Rogers, the Gambler. I like that, but I must say it's not very original because it's been played about 5 times this weekend already. So, Thunderstruck, yeah, that's a good tune. We had that one a couple times yesterday, but I'm not adverse to anything AC/DC. Reet Petite. Talking about Jackie Wilson, what about Jackie Wilson Says? That'll get him going, won't it? Hungry Like a Wolf. Mary J. Blige, Family Affair. Is that the original that the was it Sister Sledge did, or was it the Pointer Sisters or someone? No, it wasn't. It was Sly and the Family Stone. It's a family affair. Was it that one? Sly and the Family Stone. Oh, Big Country. Big Country. Oh, what about Black, Wonderful Life? Band on the Run. What was that? That was Wings, wasn't it? Wings, what a great tune that is. Paul McCartney and Wings. We've got a big playlist coming on now. I'll have a look for that one. I'll have a look for that one, no. Good choice that, Mark Ashby. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, like that. We got room for one more on the playlist, but it's got to be a big one. It's got to be a good one. Give me an absolute blockbuster. Something everyone's going to go, oh yeah, what a tune. Islands in the Stream, they played that earlier on actually. Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton. In the meantime, Paul Tickle. I'm going to play Dexy's Midnight Runners, Jackie Wilson Says, because Come On Eileen was played earlier, so. But that is a good shout. It would be a good shout, but I fancy Jackie Wilson Says, because that follows Reet Petit. Oh, Police. That's a fella. Oh, Chaka Khan ain't no body. Right, playlist is full. Sting. Too late, George. Oh, that's Paul, is it? Is it? Oh, I thought it was George. Right, we've got them. We've got the playlist. Save the rest for the next one. Oh dear, disaster for Tickle. And this one now is going to go 3 apiece. And this match is really back in the balance from being 3-0 up. This is going to be 3 each. What about 4 non-blondes? What's going on? Or What's Up by Wilson Pickett. No, not Wilson Pickett. The what was it? Wilson Phillips. Right, I am off for a bathroom break and a jukebox. Paul Tickle is giving this the full belto. He loves this song. Singing along. Right, playlist is on. That's going to be the last one today because that was tilting the absolute backside off of me. Oh, the screen was playing up. You press one key and it'd come up with another one, and then it comes up with double letters, and you know what I mean? One of those touchscreen jukeboxes. Oh my God, so annoying. Kept getting it wrong. And all that time I've been away, went for a wee, put 15 tracks on the jukebox, and this frame's still going on. I thought you don't get fudge fests in Blackball. Oh, it's annoying. I think the screen on it needs cleaning. So next up is going to be mixed doubles, and that's going to be Lee Clough and Nat Madden against Callum Knott and Rosie Walsh. And then we've got the ladies' final coming up. I called the score earlier, and I'll tell you something. On the website, if you have a look, it's actually got a score, Emma Reeves against Sarah Middleton. The score's actually on there, so I don't know, someone's input that. I think it said Emma Reeves had won it 3-0 or something. But and I actually announced that on the commentary earlier, because that's what it says on the website. But we have been since informed that that ladies' final has not taken place. I was going to say, they couldn't have played it last night, because we showed the semi-finals. Not that they're not going to put the final on. Anyway, that's Sarah Middleton against a very impressive Emma Reeves. She was good last night. She's already beaten Emma Cunningham on the way, so I know she's going to be looking forward to that. 8 p.m. that's coming up, so sometime in between there we'll have a dinner break, no doubt. Depends how long this game goes on. This one might... Oh my goodness, how many balls has he got? There's 4 cue balls on the table. I hope he don't forget which one's which. I've never seen that before. This frame could have another 20 minutes left in it. Women's singles final, 8 p.m. But yeah, this frame could go on for a while yet. As long as it doesn't encroach into my dinner break. Oh, God, honestly, that was the most annoying. And finally we get a winner out of that frame, and that was after the mistake, well, it's a mistake for me, from Johnny Callahan. He thought he had a bit of a roll-off. As I say, we're going to get a technician to look at the table after this match. They do shift slightly. It was running perfectly yesterday, but can happen. how hard can it be to clean a pair of glasses? I got some of these wipes, glasses wipes you get from Lidl's. Honestly, I reckon they'd be cleaner if I picked a bogey and wiped it all over my glasses. It's hideous. All right. Dear me. Anyway, next game is between Cian Monahan and Tristan Horton. White Hart have edged into the lead. It's going to be Tristan who breaks this frame. Nice little shot to develop. Oh dear. Stray cue ball. It's a nice clearance from Cian. He really is the full package at such a young age. Very good player. Joined this side quite late. I saw him put a shout out on Friday night asking if anyone wanted, might have been Thursday night actually, if anyone wanted a extra player. And this side snaffled him up. And he's doing well. Now 5 frames to 3 in favour of the White Hart. That 2-frame lead again. Going to grab the names for the next rotation. 8 frames played, 4 to go. Tristan Horton now back in it. Excuse me while I have a coughing fit. Tristan Horton back in action against Adam Griffiths. Nice shot. Developed his last difficult yellow. And if you can win this frame, which you should be from here, then they really are still in this game. Nice angle now to just screw across the face. I think the yellow does pass into right centre, but I think screw across the face and leave it into the same pocket, which he's done. And I think he can just screw down the middle of the table now. Finish somewhere just below the black spot. Needs that to bounce. Needs it to bounce. He's okay. He's got the potting angle. That's a nice clearance for his team. Very good. Impressive. And they're still very much in this game, 5-4. There is one downside about having a jukebox is you get loads and loads of good tracks, and then you just get this period, this flat period where you get like an hour where somebody's gone over and put on all this like really selective sort of dance music or drum and bass and that nobody's ever heard of, and it's not really got any particular tune to it. There's some guy sat in the corner thinking, oh, I love this song, just tapping his feet to it, and everyone else in the room's thinking, what on earth's going on? It'd be like me going over there and putting on a load of Beethoven and Mozart and like classical music. The whole room would be looking at each other thinking, what's going on now? I think you've got a kind of duty to the rest of the room to put on something that is fairly mainstream, that people are going to know. Doesn't matter if it's old or new or whatever. Run past the face of the red. If he'd have caught it, there might have been a problem, but he's absolutely in A1 shape. Now he just needs to try and get straight on this one to the corner. Doesn't want to get too low, and he knows that he's looked away. He's very annoyed with himself there. I mean, you just needed to get anything straight. You didn't want to get high, low. Just aim for the black spot. Either one of those dots would have been fine, but he's just too low here, can't hold. He's going to have to come twice across table. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. That's probably about as good as he could have done from there. And just has to be a little bit careful now. He's going to cannon that red. unless he can just get around the back of it, but I think the cannon is inevitable. And he's got a shot. He's got a shot. He's still not happy, but he's got a shot. Massive shot coming up. Just composing himself. He knows how big this is. 6-4, 5-all. What a huge difference. This either puts White Hart on the hill or 4 Dragons and a Frog back to level pegging. Quarter ball clip into right corner. What's the cue ball in the middle? Oh, great black. Really good. That's a top clearance. He tried to make a bit of a hash of it with his positional play, just running out there, but these things happen. It's about how you recover, and he recovered really well. That's a good win there for Mike Lewis, and it puts things all square at 5 each. And a big frame coming up now. Paul Tickle steps to the table. He's ready. So it's going to be Paul Tickle against Chris Williams. The frame that we've seen Paul play so far, he looked pretty solid, but he did lose it. Big break from Paul, important. Well, take your pick. Probably yellows. I think he can just nick this one into the middle bag. He could. Oh, look at that for a shot. Look at that for a shot. Develop this one difficult yellow at the same time. Top shot. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he went for that. Hard to know, because he was trying to kill the cue ball, but if he's gone for that, that really is a top shot. If he hasn't gone for it, well, what a lovely little stroke of luck. All the players watching eagerly on. It's getting a little bit of interest now. Little semicircle of players gathering around, watching these last couple of frames of this match. As the action is slowly heating up on the weekend. We're on Saturday. We've been streaming for just a shade over 8 hours already. I'd say we've probably got another 8 to go. Long, long days. The thing that's causing him minor concern is the traffic through the middle of the table. And I think he's got a lovely angle here. He's going to look at screwing across table through the gap of the two reds towards his aiming point. Should be the red ball just above the middle bag. He needs to get hold of it though. Could go in off if he doesn't get hold of it. Oh, he stayed lower. He stayed lower. Just basically taking his medicine and stayed lower. Now he needs to be aware of the red on the side rail. It comes into play. Actually, I don't think it doesn't. He doesn't find it with a natural angle. I think it comes high of it. Is he just slightly concerned about the in-off? It does look a bit, it does look close to in-off, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's what he's worried about. The trouble is you can't stun it off the side cushion and back across. To say you got all that traffic through the middle of the table, he's having to stun it. Well, probably about as nicely as he could have played it. That could have gone wrong. Full of ball contact on that red, and he would have not had a shot on this black. But this is a test. A long half ball black with a lot of pressure on it. This is a big ball. This is to put them on the hill. Big shot coming up. Is he up to it? He is, you know, heart of the pocket. That's really good stuff from Paul Tickle. Nice clearance, and they go on the hill at 6 frames to 5. Can the Four Dragons win this last frame to claw it to 6-all? It's going to be youth versus experience. The youngest member of the team, the babyface Cian Monaghan. And he will be playing Steve Weeks. Shows the faith they put in this young man, putting him last as their anchor man. A lot of pressure on those young shoulders. It's Steve Weeks who's won the lag, and he will break in this 12th frame. First, keep the cue ball on the table. Second, time it. Third, make a ball. Made a ball and has kept the cue ball on the table. Well, what does it look like? Oh, I think it's going to have to be reds unless That yellow passes the red into the middle bag and he can sneak it in there. I don't think he's got an opener on yellows, and I think the only opener he's got, well, he's got a red to bottom left or a red to bottom right. He's got a choice of 3 balls for reds, but neither of them are particularly nice. Or you can see that yellow does pass the middle. I think he preferred to be yellows, just given where the black is. But that's a smelly little shot into the middle. If he gets it, it could well be framed. I think he has to just take the ball by the horns. And play that yellow. He's lining it up. Big shot. No, knuckle. Knuckle. It's all about that shot. It was tough. Look at this for a shot from Kian. Straight away opens up that problem over the middle bag and left a little plant on the yellows. Looking at leaving the gap between yellow and red for the one nearest the left side cushion. Just needs to be careful with this plant that he doesn't send the I was going to say just to leave doesn't leave the yellow ball on the rail. Decided to come around 2 cushions and leave this yellow to bottom left. Oh, a couple of kisses, and he's pushed the red on top of the yellow, and that does not go. Drama in this frame yet. That yellow does not go. I'm sure of it. I think he's going to have to take the one to middle and come around and try and can that, unless he thinks he can get to the potting angle. Maybe he can. Doesn't look like it from there, does it? No, I didn't think it did. I didn't think it did. I thought he had to play the one to centre and then just try and come around and get it out. Did not think he could get to the potting angle. He was trying to make something that just wasn't there. Steve looking to see whether the black passes the yellow. But he's got some work to do before he gets to that stage. Long red must make. Big tester. Very, very nice. Now an even bigger test. How'd you fancy this one? If he's going to take the one down the rail, it could well be game ball. But how'd you like them apples? Is he going to play the pot or is he going to play safe? He's going to go for the pot. He's hugging the rail. Oh, just at the last second. Seemed to pull out just at the last second. Seemed to pull out. Looked like it was there. Oh, What's the angle like? What's the angle like? I think he can hold it. Yeah, the angle's fine. Oh, dear me. Oh, elbow's gone on that one. As I say, big pressure shots for the young man, but these are great moments of experience. As much as he'll be kicking himself for missed balls, you learn from every one of these moments, don't you? Steve Weeks will not believe that he's managed to get back to the table here. So we're going to find out if Steve can just finish off these last two balls. Just needs to be careful with the plan. It should be absolutely straightforward, but just make sure you cue through it and leave the red ball over the pocket. Doesn't even matter if you pop both at the same time. Yeah, they just can't be easy enough in these situations, can they? They just cannot be easy enough. 6 apiece. We're going to find out what happens at 6 apiece. You can see a big crowd gathering on the rail behind. Where do we go now? Is it a one-frame shootout? Do they play a shootout? Black ball shootout? I'm not sure. I did say I was going to find out, but we are going to find out. We're all going to find out together. It will be a black ball shootout by the sound of it. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the players to sort out their orders and probably get a referee over to place the ball, but it is going to be a black ball shootout. So we get some excitement.
Right, we've got a black ball shootout on the extreme
So it's going to be a black ball shootout. And Cian Monaghan is going to be first up. So here we go with the black ball shootout. As I say, Cian Monaghan will be first up. Big crowd have assembled around the table now. The pressure is very, very much on. And Tristan will be up for the White Hart. Oh, and a miss. A miss from Cian. He's going to be feeling it after that last frame. There's a lot of pressure on the young man, but next up for the Dragons is Tristan Horton. And he makes it. Jack Mann is up next. And he makes it. That was a must-make ball. Is Johnny Callahan is going to be up next for the Dragons. The White Hart missed one, scored one. Can Johnny get this one? And he makes it. A lot of pressure on these shots. Adam Griffiths is going to be up third for the White Hart. Going from the other side of the table. And he makes it. You hear a get in from somebody in the background. The crowd have gathered around. They love a black ball shootout. Half the room now baying for a view of this one. Next up is Steve. For the Dragons. They've looked solid so far. Big shot from Steve. No, just didn't look confident, did he, when he was cueing it? Didn't look confident, and it's back all square, 2 each. A couple of big ones coming up. First up is the captain, Paul Tickle. Big shot, and he's up to it, and that's them 3-2 ahead. And it's going to be Chris Williams up last. Chris has the experience. Now he just needs a good piece of cueing. He's got to rely on that back arm. He looks focused. He looks determined. Is he confident? Going from the other side. Makes it. And that's 3 apiece. And now we're into sudden death. And it's spot to spot. Cian Monahan up first, and it's spot to spot. So cue ball will be on what is effectively the brown spot, and black ball on its own spot. Now much more difficult. Referee doing a great job. Yeah, all the way. Never in doubt that one from Cian. Referee Michael Best putting in a shift now, and the pressure firmly back on young Tristan's shoulders. Making sure that that ball is central. Big shot. He makes it. Brilliant. I tell you what, he's been one of their most solid players. And now back around to Jack. Four apiece. Jackman, another huge shot. Oh, cue ball in off. And you saw an exhalation of breath from Johnny Callaghan, because he knows it's now in his hands. The game is there for the taking. He needs to make this shot. You can see the nerves etched on his face. Takes a deep breath and blows out, composes himself, has a look at it, and this one for the game. He's got it, he's nailed it, and they're through. Congratulated by his teammates. Dropped the cue on the floor in the excitement. What a great shootout, brilliant stuff. And all the players shake hands, and that was super stuff. Nothing more exciting than a black ball shootout. And well done to 4 Dragons and a Frog. That really was great stuff. Brilliant, well done guys. We're going to try and catch the captain for an interview, just to see what you felt about that game. They were never in it, were they? And then a big old comeback, same as the last match really. Big comeback for them. We'll get hold of them in the interview room.
Right, the mixed doubles, the last four sheets on the top table. Table 1, Shane Wester, and Middleton, Karen Pivot, US Gold. Table 2, Warren Larry Middleton, Peter Webb, and Watson on 2. On 3, Lane Mohammed, Leon Summers, Dan Bailey, and Reeves on 3. Table 4, Peter Jones, Lawrence, Martin Western, and Glass on 4. On the street table, Ian Huff and Anthony Madden, Carl Lott and Rose Lodge. On the street table, please. Table 5, Carrie Egan, Ryan Jones, James Chapman, and Charles Smith on 5. On 6, Steve Kerr and Marie Lewis, Danny Marsh, Drew Furness on 6. Table 7, Peter Ward, and Carter, Sean Corley, Ashburn on 7. On table 8, Stephen Lodge, Amy Springer, Mark Benty, Kirsty Warner, on table 8.
Joined by Steve and Johnny off the back of that win. Guys, I mean, you were 3-0 down and then 5-2 behind. What a great fight back.
Well, that's all we do, try our hardest. We're all from a little town in South Wales. We're all getting a bit older. We've lost in every black ball shootout until today, so second today. When I missed my own black, I feared the worst. My own muck never got me out of the brown stuff, should we say.
What's it like to be involved in that shootout? Everyone around watching, a lot of pressure on.
Well, as I said, it's our second one today now. But to do it on the streaming table when there's like 100 people around, and on the second block as well, when you got to hit it from the centre of the table, you do get a little twitch, but thankfully it went in the end there now.
What's it like playing on that streaming table? Some people thrive on it and some people, you feel the nerves when suddenly you got the cameras pointing at you. Did you notice it?
Not so much. We've played on streaming tables before. It's just the pressure of the team environment rather than the singles. We're just glad we're through. Have a couple of beers tonight. Not too many. I'll try and restrict it for my team. It is quite difficult, may I say. But we'll try again in the morning, and hopefully we may have the pleasure again of playing on the streaming.
Yeah, for sure. Johnny, the whole experience of this event, I mean, it's just something different, isn't it? The music blaring all weekend. How are you finding it?
It's one of the best events in the UK, really. I'd like to go on the IPA as well, but I got family at home. But it's just unbelievable experience coming up here, the music. Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, it's brilliant. The atmosphere is run perfectly. You know, I got to take my hats off to that. But we've been here for 6 years now, and we just keep coming back every year. It's a great tournament, tournament.
Brilliant. Well, gents, best of luck for the rest of the tournament. That was a great shootout.
Thank you.
Keep on going. See you in the final, maybe.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. All the best.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.